Hey, Tracy, I'm going to be getting married. Did you know that?
Huh? No, I had no way of knowing about that, Naomi. And to be honest, I'm not really bothered by you getting married.
Really? I know you're jealous of me now. But I can understand that since you are 30 years old now and still a single woman, I'm sure hearing about me getting married before you must break your heart. I guess you should have been more aware that women are supposed to get married in their 20s.
I really don't care about what's going on with you, so can you just get on with saying what you have to say?
And since I'll be getting married, I'm going to take a very long time off work to become a wife. Maybe even for the rest of my life.
Is that so? Good for you, then. So this is just you trying to rub your marriage in my face then, right? Well, I'm in the middle of work, all right? So I'm going to get right back to it now.
Really? I knew that an old woman like you had far better things to do than be a wife. But listen, you can take just a little bit of your time to continue staring at your phone and talking to me, right? I mean, you've already wasted this much time looking at your phone, right, old lady Tracy?
Would you please not call me old lady Tracy? That is very rude coming from someone like you.
What? But what I'm saying about you is very, very true, right? After all, you happen to be the oldest woman in this department here. And from what I've heard, starting next year, you're going to be transferred to a new department, right, old lady Tracy? Congrats to you then. I'm sure this is you moving up in the company, right? You must be so proud of yourself.
Are you done saying everything that you've wanted to say? If that's so, then I'm not going to waste any more of your time like you've done with me, and I'm getting back to work.
That right there is the reason why everyone hates you. You're a cold-hearted supervisor who doesn't care about any of us.
Excuse me?
I'm just saying that everyone in this department hates you, Tracy. Your character is horrendous, and you like to have fun bossing us all around. I'm sure that you're so happy to be getting a promotion, but from all of our perspectives, we are so thankful that the pile of garbage that was supervising us will be gone.
Is that so? Well, you all can go ahead and continue hating me. It's not going to change my thoughts.
Sure. I keep acting like this isn't all going to your head right now. Well, I guess everyone is right about saying that you have pride so large that it dwarfs skyscrapers. And I'm sure that's why no man ever wants to marry you, right?
And do you think you're safe finding a man when he might not even be aware yet just how stupid of a woman you really are?
Huh? What did you just say to me? Don't you ever say that again to me! If you're going to try and make jabs at me like that, then I'm going to tell all the other employees. Hear what you're saying.
Go right ahead then. Hey, Sam. I just happened to get my invitation from you to your wedding, but it turns out that you're going to be marrying Naomi?
Ah, that's right actually. I've sort of known about how you and she are working in the same company. But well, I didn't want either one of you realizing that, and so I kept you being my older sister a secret from her. And I didn't want to say anything to you about how I want to marry her. But now that I think about it, the company you're working for is really big, so I'm sure you both have never really met before, right?
We are both in the same department, and she happens to sit in the desk next to mine.
What? Are you kidding me? Then that must mean you feel that way about her since she's in the same department as you.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
Well, how should I word this? Well, she happens to be a lot younger than you there.
Ah, I see. So you must have heard some things from her about her position? Well, you don't have to choose your wording wisely with me. You can go ahead and tell me whatever you have to say about things.
Well, she told me about an older woman in her department that's being really strict with all the younger women that are younger than her. And that this older woman has been kind of a bully, really. And, She said that this older woman is in her 30s now, but is still single, and so, because of that, she happens to like picking on the younger women because she's jealous of them. And she finished by basically calling this woman, who I think is you, a really horrendous witch that has her underwear in knots.
So Naomi has started to talk about me that way, huh? She really thinks that I enjoy picking on the younger women in the department because I'm jealous.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure she was just joking about half those things. But well, she also told me that you happen to run into the younger women in the hallway and shove them aside, and when they're working, you'll yell at them for drinking any kind of beverage.
She's the one running into me when I'm walking in the hallway, actually. And when it comes to her drinking during work time, she has a capped bottle she'll bring in filled up with vodka. I can tell it's vodka just by the smell it gives off every time she opens it up to take a sip. I've asked her about it before, yet she never admitted to it being alcohol.
What? But Naomi would never do anything like that.
And if that wasn't enough, she also really loves calling me Old Lady Tracy. And she'll ask me time and time again if I have a man yet. And if this will be the year I get married. Work is not the place for that kind of talk, especially when she asks such things in a very rude manner.
Are you sure? You're sure this isn't just one of the other women at work that you might have Naomi confused with? I mean, you and Naomi aren't even that distant in age, right?
I have no reason to mistake who you're talking about as anyone other than Naomi. She sits at the desk right next to mine, so I'm very aware of who she is. Well, I'm sure from your point of view, you don't want to believe what I'm saying to you. But I'm telling you the truth when it comes to how she acts around me in the office.
I'm sorry. Well, this isn't me doubting you or anything you've been saying. But I've never seen Naomi act in any way that resembles what you've told me. So I just can't trust what you're saying at the moment.
And that makes sense to me. I'm sorry for saying things like this to you after already having chosen the woman you want to marry and finding your true happiness.
Well, I happen to think a lot of things about Naomi, and so...
I know that. Do you mind keeping what we've spoken about here a secret from her? Please?
Huh? But...
I'm asking you to please not say anything to her. I still have a lot of time left to this year where I have to be in the same department as her, and I don't want to end my time in this department hearing all kinds of rumors about her and I.
Well, you have a good point there. Alright. I won't tell her anything about today for the time being. However, you still plan to come to our wedding, right?
Well, of course I'm coming. But, of course, when I come, she's going to find out who I am.
It'll be alright. I'm just happy to hear you're still coming. I want to make this a really amazing wedding for everything, so please, never change your mind about coming. And by the way, I'm looking forward to your wedding too.
Now you're going to start going on about me getting married or not?
I'm sorry. That was just a joke.
Was the person that I just happened to pass by really you, Old Lady Tracy? Why are you at an event like this?
Ah, well, there's a little something about that.
What do you mean, a little something? You weren't even invited to this wedding, so why are you here? And you're here a lot sooner than most of the other guests that are coming, right? I haven't even seen any of the guests I've invited come in yet.
Ugh. I knew this would start to be a pain in the butt for me, so I was trying my hardest to hide from you.
So you're trying to tell me you wanted to sneak into my wedding without ever being noticed? I cannot believe what I'm hearing from you. Did you really want me to invite you as though you were one of my friends?
Ugh. Can you just leave it?
Why do I have to be the one to shut up? You're the one that decided to come to my wedding when I never asked for you to be here. Well, it's been a little bit, so I want to have a chat with you now. I have some time yet until my wedding starts as well, you know.
That's right. I guess since the both of us are already here and things have come this far, we should have that chat.
Right? Well then, let's go and meet in the lobby of this resort. Now, tell me again why the hell you think I'd want an old dominating lady like you here. You weren't even asked to come to this event, so stop fooling around with me.
What is this? You wanted to have a chat with me, and the moment I walked up to you, you poured wine all over me?
You should be thankful that was the only thing I chose to do to you today. To be honest, I really, really, really wanted to kick you in the butt and drag you out of here. It wouldn't have been the wine that was red, but your blood had I gone all out with you.
Why are you getting so upset right now?
You know the reason why. You are messed up in the head. And it's not just me that thinks that, but everyone else that works in the same department as you. None of us even want to see you when we go into work, so what makes you think we'd want to meet you at my wedding of all places?
You really have a lot to say.
Also, did I just see you talking with Sam a bit ago? You thinking just because you're an old lady, you can have a chance to come here and steal the groom is completely insane. Do you lack every little bit of common sense or something? Unbelievable.
No, there's a reason behind that.
I don't want to hear any of your excuses. I want you out of this place right now before the rest of my friends from work show up. You being here is causing me all kinds of stress, and it will piss them off as well. I never asked for an old, dominating woman to be at my wedding. And you sure are not going to be talking to my groom ever again.
Well, he's my little brother.
Huh? Why are you trying to use some stupid excuse like that on me now?
Well, go and ask one of the wedding planners here about me. Ask them what the name of the groom's older sister is that will be giving a speech today.
Sure thing. I'm going to give them a call right now and ask. Really? I can't wait to start talking to all the others at work about what you've been up to this time. Hey, come on now. It was just a simple joke, all right? I just wanted to see what would happen with you today. I knew you were Sam's sister this whole time, but just wanted to mess around with you a little.
And here we go. The moment the tables turn, you run and try to hide behind calling all of this a joke.
Well, I've always thought of you as a wonderful woman, Tracy. And since you're always so wonderful, I became a little bit jealous of you, and that led to me spilling that wine all over you and your dress. Look, that wine is expensive stuff, so you should be happy to see it being used on you.
What difference does the wine being expensive or not make?
Well, I'm sorry about that then. Listen, Tracy, none of this was really meant to be serious. I was just fooling around a little with you since you're my older sister-in-law.
So you think by changing your attitude towards me just like that, I'm going to be able to forgive you?
Well, I'm sure it won't be that easy for you. But, I am praying that you have it in your heart to forgive someone like me. And, by the way, are you really Sam's older sister? Can you tell me why your last name is different from his?
Well, that's because I've been married to another man for a while now.
What?
I got married right before I entered the company I'm working for at the moment. The marriage took place when I was in my final year of college, actually. And that is why most of the people in the company who work around me believe that I'm still single because they've never heard of me getting married while they've known me. But I'm not single. I've been married for what's almost going to be a decade now.
Ah, is that so? Then, what was your original last name?
I had the same last name as Sam, Irving.
Are you serious? Well, if that's the case, that means I am so very sorry for a lot of things that happened.
You think we're still at the point now where you can apologize and everything will be back to normal for you so easily? That dress I was wearing that you spilled the wine on, it is totally ruined now and all wrinkled up, so I'm going to have you pay for it.
I'm completely fine paying you back for that dress. I'm more than glad to pay you for that. And you can even make that legal by having a lawyer get involved in everything if you'd like. After all, I'm sure you don't want me getting away with anything now after all the rude things I've done to you before even today.
It's interesting that you had a whole excuse made up for all those rude things that you've been saying to me.
Yeah. I'm very sorry. I promise to make this apology as wholehearted as I can. So,
Right. I'm sure that you have been wanting for the two of us, especially me, to sweep all that's happened under a rug and act as though it's never happened, right?
Well, if that's not a problem with you, that would be very kind. Right now, we're supposed to be getting ready for our wedding. And as you know, there will be a lot of people here today wanting to see me as happy and pure as I can be before I'm wed to my husband. And if everyone that plans on being here today were to hear about the true me and what I've done, well, that might lead to some very bad things happening. Especially to me.
What are these bad things you're speaking of? You think that I care about how your actions are going to affect you? Listen, the moment you spilled the wine on me, I could see Sam out of the corner of my eye, and he saw what you were up to.
Huh? Are you telling me that he saw what I had done to you?
Yeah, he was even looking me right in the eyes as you poured that wine glass on me. I thought he'd come right up to us after seeing something like that happen to his sister by your hands, but then he turned around and walked away. I'm going to guess that what he saw was too much for his own eyes, and that it was so shocking that even his heart needs time to think.
Wait, that's not good at all. That's totally not good for me. He needs to understand that this was all a huge misunderstanding.
A misunderstanding?
Hey, Sam! Where are you right now? I was looking all over for you, but couldn't find you anywhere. What you saw just a bit ago was all a huge misunderstanding, you know? I just happened to run into your sister is all.
You think I've misunderstood what all of that was about?
Yeah. Look, you know that both Tracy and I are working for the same company, right? Her and I are both very close friends in the office, and we happen to love messing with one another by pouring drinks all over the other's head and body.
Then why, while that was all happening, were you screaming at Tracy? I heard you saying she wasn't invited and that she's an old lady. I never thought that my Naomi would ever use that kind of language towards my older sister, or towards anybody in a negative way.
No, that was just a simple joke is all.
Is that right? So, you must think I'm such an idiot that I'd be able to believe in the most simple and weak excuses like the one you just told me there.
I'm being honest. Believe me.
This isn't going to work. I saw everything that happened there. And also, I've heard about all of this from Tracy herself. About the kind of person you really are deep down.
Who I am deep down?
I've known for a while now that you've been telling me about how you're being bullied by the old woman sitting at the desk next to you at work, right? But according to what my sister has said about you, you're the one who's been saying awful things and picking on her. At first, I wanted to believe what you've been telling me, more than what Tracy was saying. But after what I just saw, I've made up my mind. I can't do this any longer!
What do you mean by that? What do you mean you can't do this any longer?
I'm sorry about this, but the wedding is being cancelled now.
What? Wait, that right there is not okay. Like, my family is going to be here as well, right? You have to see that by canceling my wedding, they are going to become so sad.
Well, you've already made myself and my family very sad by pouring wine all over my sister and her dress like that while screaming at her.
But that was...
Don't be worried about a single thing. I'm going to go to both your mom and dad and explain to them what has happened here today. And as for the cancellation fees, I'll be paying for half of them. I think that's a fair way of handling all this. Don't you?
No way. I do not want my wedding to be canceled over something like this. It's not just my family, but all of my friends and a lot of my coworkers as well from work who are coming to see our wedding. If the wedding is canceled on the same day, then I'm going to be completely embarrassed and will never be able to show my face again.
You say that, but from what I've noticed, Not a single one of those friends or coworkers that you invited have come to the wedding yet.
What?
However, a lot of the guests I've invited today are already here, and are patiently waiting for a wedding that's not going to happen now. When it comes to your guests, besides your parents, I haven't seen anyone else.
Huh? You're lying. Why would none of them come? I went ahead and invited friends from back when I was in college and made sure to invite all of my coworkers from my department as well. Could this be all because of her?
Her?
Hey! What you've done this time has gone way over the line. I invited pretty much everyone in our department, but not a single one of them has shown up to the wedding yet. You did something to keep them all from coming, right?
Huh? What are you going on about now?
Stop playing dumb here. I don't give a dang how much you hate me. What you've done today was totally not called for, and I'm pissed. This is supposed to be the day of your little brother's wedding, and you thought it would be all right to keep half of the guests away from it? You're the worst.
Wait, you have it all wrong. I wanted all of your friends and coworkers to come, actually. But they all told me that they had no plans of coming to your wedding.
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, this happens to be my brother's wedding, and I wanted as many people as possible coming to celebrate it. But when I was at work and went up to everyone asking if they'd be going, all of them replied by saying they were afraid of you. So I gave up on trying to get them to come because I could see they had no interest. I didn't set any of this up, so stop saying that.
You're telling me that everyone had the same idea of not showing up to my wedding, and that's why they're all not here?
It wasn't their idea, but rather their reactions to everything you've been doing. None of them wanted to be here today because of you. And I don't blame them. You always went around the office all day bragging to them about how you'd be getting married and even belittled some of them. And any of the ones that are married, you started to make fun of their husbands. I don't think a single one of them are your friends anymore, Naomi.
Are you sure? That's a little bit unbelievable to me.
This isn't just about your marriage either. You always are on your phone when at work, and you will always have one of them doing your work for you. Everyone was so happy to hear from you that you plan to leave the company for a long time.
You're kidding. Why would they be happy about that? I get that I wasn't often talked to by any of them while in the office, but that's just because everyone else wanted to be like me and thought of me as the popular kid at work.
You can stop thinking crap like that about yourself anytime now. You need to come back to reality and change the way you've been behaving. If you keep acting like a high schooler while at work and even outside of work, nobody is going to like you. Not even your family.
No. There's no way. There's no way in hell anyone would hate me like you're saying. You're just lying to me in order to make me feel like I've lost. You're the one behind all that's happened. You tried to make everyone look as though they hate me. And this is all because I'm young and beautiful and you're jealous of that.
You really have no right saying things like that about me when not a single one of your guests have not shown. And I'm glad for them because once again, you're trying to make it seem as though I'm the one who's jealous of you and like I'm the one who caused all of this to happen. But really, all your coworkers and all of your friends know better than to come see more of you when you're acting like a freaking child. Nobody wants to see the wedding of a child, Naomi.
Shut up! You're the one that should be in trouble for this. It's because of you that the biggest event in my life has gone to complete crap. I'm going to make you pay for all of this.
Make me pay for what? Would you just stop it with this immature behavior?
Shut the hell up. I'm going to make you wish you never worked in the same company as me.
Tracy, I'm so sorry about today.
It's fine, Sam. And let's be honest, it was kind of entertaining seeing the bride be taken out of this wedding by the police, right? That's not a normal occurrence. I'm sure this was a good experience for all of us to learn from as well.
I'm sorry. I didn't think she'd be the type to become even more enraged and try to attack you like that. I'm glad the security guard was there to grab her like that. But what if she had gotten close enough to hurt you?
And this is why I was telling you everything about her before. She's a crazy witch.
I see that now. I should have believed you long before today then. But really, back then, I was completely in love with Naomi.
You don't have to defend yourself. It's totally in your rights to defend her, since she's your wife after all. But hey, I'm happy you were finally able to see the true Naomi today. You would have started having to live with her here soon, so things would have been a lot harder on everyone had you not noticed before then.
Right. Thank goodness. Tracy, thank you for all of this.
I haven't really done anything, though. Also, you happen to have an after party to get to now, right? You should go be with your guests.
Well, this is a good place after all, so I suppose it would be right to at least experience the party. And I also don't want to go back home now either, since I'm sort of in a bad mood.
Well, you should go enjoy that party then. Have a good time, alright?
Wait, are you not going to come and party? I want you to be there!
No, my husband and I plan on heading home now. You never invited an old, dominating lady to be at your wedding, right? After being taken into custody by the police that day, Naomi was able to get out of their hands come evening. But even though she was no longer being held in the county jail cell, she was still going to need to pay for the fines she got from the wedding, as well as for the cancellation fee and my ruined dress. All of that stacked up pretty well and led to her having to borrow a lot of money. Naomi had also quit her job the day before her wedding and assumed she'd never need to go back to the office again. But now, with no job and with no man who wants to be around her anymore, her pride has taken a massive hit. And because of that, she's moved back home to her parents' house where she's been hiding away in her room. Both of her parents were kind enough to not throw a woman like that out of their house, and they both believe they can fix her in some way. So these days, Naomi has been sticking close to her parents' house, doing part-time work in order to save up some money and pay off her debts. I find that she fell a long ways down from the belittling jerk that she once was. And since she can no longer hold herself to the standards she thought she had, I think I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of respectable woman her parents can turn her into. As for Sam, he's been saddened by everything that happened and by the fact that he had to leave his wife so soon. But recently, he's started to hang out with this new girl, which has me a little worried because she might be just as bad as Naomi. However, I'm going to pray that that's not the case, and that this new woman he's pulled in is a proper adult, and has a heart too. When it comes to myself, I was able to move into that new department as a supervisor, and am now working toward the next promotion that I'm hoping I'll get.